Okay, this is an epic battle against Pyro. This is Horacer, but he'd like to be called Pyro, I guess. And I went out here because I figured that the life orb recoil from Fake Out is going to do more to me than it is going to be hitting him. So I went out to this thing, which is great, which means I get to get a scarf tricked across to Spiritomb, which is great because Spiritomb likes to have access to all its 4 moves to be really effective. So getting a scarf on that thing was ace. And I'm just going to set up because I know he's probably going to switch. So I'm just going to start throwing my stuff around and setting up. And getting out here, expecting a Toxic, and he hits me with knockoff. It sucks, so there goes my choice scarf. And he sets up his rocks, and I figured that I'm going to try and fake him into thinking I'm physical. Maybe that'll help out later in the battle, maybe not. It doesn't do much to shuckle whatever I did. He encores, that fails, it's good to know it encores. I guess all shuffles encore. But yeah, I'm getting rid of his stealth rock just to make sure he knows that that's not going to happen. And he toxics me, which is a bit of a pain. Not to be expected. I just don't want the stealth rock lying around right now. So he gets out of there, goes back to Spiritomb, and I get that thing toxic, which wasn't too good, really, because I figure it's already pretty screwed with the scarf on it. So getting that thing toxic was actually a pretty good play by him, in my opinion. So I go out to this thing expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, maybe a Shadow Ball or something, maybe I could set up on it. But it turns out he's hypnosing me, so I go out to what I figure is my fodder right now, because he's already got the scarf across and got stealth rock up. I figure he's pretty much done anyway, and plus he's a wall, so he might be able to wake up later. So back at the Sawyer, knowing that he has to switch, he goes to the Doctor, which means I've got to get the hell out of there, because no way I'm going to win that fight. And I go to this thing deliberately as Death Fodder, because I know that if I go to Death Fodder on that thing, it's going to make him think that having that Alakazam is really important, because I sacrificed a poke to get out there. So I know that he knows that that thing's important, so I faked him out with the Fake Out, and that got him out of there. So I bring out my sleeper to try and get him to wake up, and it worked perfectly. Went out to Spiritomb, however, to do so. It wants to Pain Split, which kind of sucks, but as he's stuck on Pain Split, I can stay here now for as long as I pretty much want, and he's got to get out of that. I'm going to get a few more turns of sleep, so that's pretty good. He sends out his Dragon Fist, again another Pokemon which I couldn't quite figure out why he sent that out. If it wants to hit me with close combat, so be it. Obviously now I know it's Scarfed, so I know what type of Hitmonchan it is. If it wanted to set up, I've got Memento on this thing, which would screw it up anyway, or even Yawn would screw it up, so I felt pretty fine just trying to wake up on that thing. And he goes back to this thing, either predicting some sort of a wake-up move, just to see what it does, and I finally do wake up, so that's a good predict on his part. But I guess I've been sleeping for a long time, so that's pretty obvious. And I just want to see what he does. I know he's locked into Shadow Ball right now, so of course that means that I get a perfect switch in right to Ambipom. So he goes out to his Hitmonchan there. I figure, oh right, cool, because my Fake Out's going to own it. But it turns out that he's got a Mag Punch on his Scarf Hitmonchan, which completely screwed me over. I was not expecting that. That was a great play, great move, and yeah, that completely raped me. So down goes my Fake Out user. So now I figure he's going to be locked onto that weak move, so I'm definitely going to get a sub up, because even if it hits me first, it's not going to do much damage, and then I'm going to get the sub. So that worked out pretty well. And now this thing comes in. I'd love to get a Toxic on it, because I know how annoying these things can be, and I know they generally don't attack, so just trying to get these things Toxic is going to work out great for me in the long run. So he sends out this Doctor thing, and I figure I'm just going to keep on toxicing everything that comes in. Misses, unfortunately, first time, and I figure if it missed the first time, I'd do a little bit of luck to win the speed tie, so I managed to Toxic it as I got my sub up, so I managed to avoid the Toxic on myself due to Synchronize, so that was pretty sweet. And I think I need to get this thing, a few turns going on this thing, just to try and get it, get some more damage on this thing, because I've got something that can take it out, but it needs to be a bit low, so I figure, let's do this. Let's send out Uno Memento is pretty much done by now, and that'll take care of the Alakazam. I know it's next time it comes in, Stealth Rock is going to be dead. Little does he know, I've got a little Mach Punch action of my own going on my own Hitmonchan, so that pretty much owned the Alakazam. He goes out to this thing, and I figure Will-O-Wisp is coming, so pretty standard. I go out to Blastoise, avoid the Will-O-Wisp because of the poison, and see what he wants to do. So I figure this is a great time to use Mirror Coat, because if it's got Thunderbolt, it's going to use it now. And he switched out, which I figure told me that it's got Fire Blast and not Thunderbolt. And I figure showing the fact that I got Mirror Coat isn't a problem, because he hasn't got that many special attackers left for surprise. So I wasn't worried there. And I managed to get this thing Toxic, so I figured now's a good time to get the Shuckle out of there. And I'm just getting it Toxic, just trying to force it to rest if it does no rest. And then I can send in something to either set up or kill it. So I'm getting this thing surfed, super effective, yada yada. He sets up his Stealth Rock, which at this point I really didn't care about Stealth Rock because it's so late in the game, and all I've got left is one Pokemon that's neutral to Stealth Rock and another one that's resists Stealth Rock. So I figure I'd rather get this thing dead than set up a Rapid Spin and let him get away with it. So I hit him with the Torrent Surf. Finish off the Shuckle, I go down myself, leave Stealth Rock in play, which actually, as it turns out, should have screwed him over, but we'll see how it goes. And we kill each other. I felt pretty good about that, because Shuckle's now out of my way. So I send in Sawyer, and I send in that thing, and I figure he's going to switch there. I don't know what made me think he's going to switch. I just wanted to substitute, maybe see if he does have Fire Blast. He didn't use it there. I really should have noticed he didn't use it there. If he did have Fire Blast, he would have used it there, but oh well. I used some Protect just to get some more Toxic stall on this thing, just to waste its turns. And if I get Encore is going to happen, so if I'm going to get stuck on Encore, I might as well be stuck on a move that's actually being decent, so I hit up a Leech Seed now. So when this thing finally goes down to Toxic, which is going to eventually happen, I'm going to have to get a Leech Seed on something, and something takes down my sub, so that's pretty good. Down it goes to Toxic. In comes the Scarf Chan. And I managed to get the Leech Seed on it as it close combats my sub. Moving on right along here. And I go back up to full health. And it just survives on 4 HP there. I think he told me it was 4 HP. Which kind of sucks. And I go to my Hitmonchan. And he hits me with close combat. And expected it to die. But my Hitmonchan's a completely different type from his. And it's defensive. So I lived that. And I get a little bit of HP back from his 4 HP. And he's like joking around saying, haha, I hope you enjoy your 4 HP there. And as it turns out, he hits me with the Sucker Punch here. And I live on 4 HP. So thanks for the 4 HP, that really worked out well for me. Thanks. I took out his Dusknoir, Spiritomb now. This thing's pretty much dead now, so I go with a Drain Punch there. And he went with Will-O-Wisp, which really should have told me that this guy has no moves. But I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. And so he Will-O-Wisp me, Will-O-Wisp hits, kills me. I was trying to get enough HP to survive something like that, but it didn't happen. And now I figure if he's gonna, now's the time to use Leech Seed, but unfortunately he explodes. I figured if he's gonna use Fire Blast, substitute would be pointless, and so it'd protect. So I went with the Leech Seed, and he explodes in my face, and that is the first draw I've ever got. It was awesome battle, Pyro. I guess I'll play you some other time, and peace.